Hello everyone, I'm back with another tutorial and today we'll be painting an aesthetic floral view. Starting on one part of the sheet, I'll be painting a large circle using white paint. This will serve as the sun. For the sun this time we are not using any warm shades, we are using plain white. Then I'm using a very light shade of blue which I made by mixing the already light shade of blue I had and some white. Then I cleaned my brush and got rid of the excess water, and I'm blending from the white towards the border of the two shades so that there is a smooth blend between the two shades. As we move away from the sun, that is from the sun towards the outer sides of the sheet, the shade should keep on darkening. At the borders of the sheet, I'm using cerulean blue, that is the true shade, and near the sun we have used light shades of blue which I made by mixing white. You can clean your brush and get rid of the excess water and then smoothly brush over the borders which are irregular. I once again started from the center using white and blended towards the outsides. And towards the top right corner, I'm using some ultramarine blue, this time with a smaller size flat brush, and I'm using it with a tiny amount of water and blending it towards the upward side only. If the surface and the brush becomes too dry while blending, you can use a tiny amount of water at the tip. After this background dries up, I'm starting with the sky, for which I'm using white paint. I'm painting in random shapes. It is fine if you leave some blue spaces not filled inside the clouds. Towards the borders, do not do very big kind of borders. As you can see, I have left very small thin strokes towards the borders so that it looks natural. Now I'm using a light shade of blue to add some details inside the cloud. For this I'm using a thin detail brush. You can use a light shade of blue or a light shade of grey for the details, mainly towards the center of the clouds. For this painting, the borders of the clouds have to be a brighter white, so later we will be adding another coat of white. There is no specific way of adding the darker details, just add it at random places. Now as you can see, I have started with the second coat of white paint. I'm mainly using it wherever the cloud became too dark because of the earlier details, and mainly towards the borders which have to be the brightest. After your clouds dry up, I have started with the green areas. I'm using a fan brush for this purpose. A fan brush helps you to give you a natural effect of the green grassy areas, and I'm using the shade olive green. When using a fan brush, try to change directions in every 2 or 3 seconds. If you continue painting with a fan brush in one particular direction only, it won't look natural. The alternative for a fan brush is a size 0 detail brush or even if you have a smaller brush, it will work. Now using a very thin detail brush, I'm adding some long grassy strips, once again using olive green. And on the grass I also used a lighter shade of green, which I made by mixing yellow and green. So I'm using both shades here. I'm not applying a lot of pressure on my brush. Now for the flowers, I'm using a light plum shade here, which I made by mixing pink, white and some purple. Now the light plum shade here, I'm adding this shade above a previous coat of paint, that is the blue or white, whatever is in the background. So while layering of paint, make sure the paint is in a thick consistency. If you use a watery thin consistency, the paint will flow recklessly here and there, making your painting untidy, and also it may have a chance that your new shade might blend with the background. So always check the consistency before layering paint. With this shade, I am painting various sizes of flowers. I mixed white to the previous shade to make a lighter shade, and with a tiny detail brush, I'm adding some more details to the petals. These are very thin lines which come from the outside of the petals towards the center of the flower. I make some purple to the previous shade to make a darker shade. I'm adding some more details with this shade, mainly towards the borders of the petals. Now for the bottom of the flowers and the stems, I'm once again using a tiny detail brush with the shade olive green. For the sun rays, I'm using very thin strokes from the sun towards the outside. Make sure your strokes are very straight to look natural. Here you are with your aesthetic floral painting. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, if you recreate this, you can send it to me on my Instagram handle, link for which is given in the description. Thank you for watching.